What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 28, season 3 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is Jmack Gaming.
I forgot you're in my house now, so I gotta keep it. We gotta keep it loud for the recording, but quiet for the people around me.
I was told keep it in the yellow or the red, that's what I did.
I'm gonna beat your ass until it's yellow and red.
Oh.
I'm sick. This is Chad, and
He's sick, and my voice is gone.
We had a good July 4th party day last night, and now we're hungover and ready to go.
Yeah.
We're here on Monday Night Raw, week 3.
TW streaming house.
And this isn't not yet, Chad. Not yet.
Not yet. Someday.
The absent workers today. Chavo is out. Remember, he's out for 9 months.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna deal with that on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But let's get into Monday Night Raw.
Stephanie's out. She's having a baby.
Why'd you say it like
Because
that?
she had a baby.
Tonight we see in our main event the number one contender match. Not really number one contender, but the technically. The winner of Kurt Angle Triple H will get the first title shot after Brock Lesnar and Kishi in 2 weeks. Are you excited for this match tonight,
I
Jen?
am bricked up for that match.
I gotta change. We're going to the Southwest tonight. We're going to the jobbing.com arena.
Ooh, nice.
Let's start the show. We start off with a banger. Scott Vick, former 24/7 champion, taking on Jason Knight here. And Scott Vick defeats Jason Knight in 9:46 with a cure. How do you feel about this match, Chad? Tell me your thoughts.
Jason Knight did the job at the jobbing.com arena.
Yeah, he had a good match right here. What do you mean the job?
He did the job.
The Rock is here, Chad. He's in the pre-show. I don't remember why he's here on the pre-show. He's got a hot catchphrase, and his performance was good.
Finally, The Rock has come back to the pre-show.
This was just to get him on the show. This is just him hyping the crowd up here at the jobbing.com arena.
Imagine having a roster so good, you just put The Rock on the pre-show and get him on the show.
And then a 76 pre-show match between two ladies who are wrestling on Raw. Not for long, apparently. Takako defeats Toshi Umatsu.
That kid hated that.
Oh, no.
There's a kid in the background screaming.
Oh, no.
She hated this match.
She hated the...
Me too, kid. Me too.
Oh, now she hates Triple H, Kurt Angle, Mark Henry, too.
Me too, kid. Me too.
Hey, you can't cough. I'm the sick guy.
Sorry.
Good Lord, Chad. I haven't even cut the promo yet, girl. All right, this woman already... I don't think they can hear it. I'm going to hide my phone so you don't see any text or anything from...
Something dump out.
From your mother or anything. Triple H, Kurt Angle, they just get in a kerfuffle tonight. I don't really feel like doing promos on this show. I don't feel great, to be honest with you. But Triple H, and Triple H just says, he's just calling out Kurt Angle, says, the wrestling machine is going to get broke down. They've fought twice before in this series, 2 single matches, and Triple H has come out on top both times. And he says, tonight, even if you have Mark Henry by your side, the result will remain the same because he's the king of kings. He's the game. He is Triple H. He's the king of the ring, Chad.
Oh, king of kings, king of the ring?
Yeah.
He's the king of rings.
And he's going to walk out the winner, and then he's going to defeat Kishi or Brock Lesnar and become world champion like he set out to do a few months ago. Oh, I thought I saw something. We start the show off, Chad, with Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Jacobs taking on the Shining Stars. How do you feel about this match, Chad?
Oh, listen, the wave of the future is what I think about this match.
They're the kings of the mountain.
They're the kings of the mountain.
Frankie Kazarian and Jimmy Jacobs defeat Primo and Carlito with the wave of the future. Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did there.
See what I did there, Justin?
You're in my house. I could hit you now. You know that, right?
But you won't. Because you're my friend and you love me.
Put a shirt on, actually. No, go put a shirt on.
I don't want to.
Go put a shirt on.
I don't want it. You can't make me.
Nick Cage says put a shirt on.
All right, I'll listen to Nick Cage.
Did I book this wrong? I may have. Oh, no. Nick Gage comes out, Chad.
Justin's fumbling the bag here.
Nick Gage is in a match.
Nick Gage is in a match. Suffering succotash.
And he's got great chemistry with Devon Storm.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Nick Gage crushes Devon Storm in 8:27 by pinfall here. Nick Gage, he's got he's a protege of a worker on Monday Night Raw. And I was looking at his stats. His stats are pretty. He's a decent wrestler. He's not over, which is why his in-ring performance is not great. But he's a pretty good wrestler.
Nice.
At this rate.
You can go toe-to-toe with the best of them,
So Nick Gage might be getting an actual push in this game as a glorified wrestler.
I got a shirt on.
But then after the match, he goes outside, grabs a fork, and stabs Devon Storm in the head. It causes him to bleed.
Just to
everywhere.
remind you who he is.
Yeah. Nick Gage kills Devon Storm is what this angle is called. We move on. Brock Lesnar and Mike Tyson are here, Chad. They're here, and they have something to say to Kishi tonight.
Ooh.
What do they got to say?
I think they're going to say, hey, you're a good guy. Kisses.
Kid Chad. What about the Bashams and the Stash and the Stud?
I see two teams. Some say the future of the tag division and the Bashams.
And
the other two are the Stash and the Stud.
Yeah. The Bashams get a big win in a 67. Something is wrong here, Chan, and I don't understand what it is. This would usually get a the jobbers are here. What the hell's going on?
Well, maybe they're not jobbers anymore.
They're jobbers. The for a beginning match also didn't get that either, and so did Nick Gage and Devon Storm. Did something change? I didn't change any settings. I added storylines for people, but I don't know. Good for them. I'm really confused by it. All right, cool. Basham's get a big win in 8:27. Danny Basham hitting the glorious and historic and infamous leg lariat on Major Stash.
The leg lariat.
Zack Ryder's move, the leg lariat. Chad's checking his phone right now, in the middle of recording, right next to me. Speaking of Chad,
Over here. I was checking my phone.
tell me about this match.
Yeah, my voice is gone. It's going to be tough. So Chad Collier gets in the ring and beats Steve Blackman's sorry ass and spanks him like a wee with like a dirty, yeah. Just beats his ass and then says, "Steve Blackman, once again you have lost to the rat boy."
You've changed.
You've changed.
Why are you spanking people? Who are you? Who are you? Chad Collier getting a big win. He's the European champion. And after the match, he calls out the whole, he says, I'm the greatest wrestler in the business, Chad.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There ain't no wrestlers that have shit on me. Austin 316, Chad 316 says, I'm better than you. It's real. It's damn real. You talked about the King of Kings. There's only one king in this company, and it's the Rat King himself. You want to talk about the Phenom? There's only one Phenom, and it's me.
Why'd you just steal everyone's gimmick?
Because I'm the Rat.
Eric Bischoff, immediately we go backstage, we pan backstage to Eric Bischoff's office, and he says, today is a beautiful day. You spent the last couple months building this relationship up with another company, and then finally they have come to an agreement 3 days ago. It's a company that we've been trying to work with for the last 4 years. A company that, WCW, he's previously worked with in WCW. And now he's glad to bring this partnership over to WWF. And he says, please, we are kicking down the forbidden door. Welcome to WWF times, or X, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh.
They're here, John. They're here.
Right on.
And we're going to start off with a showcase match of one of their greatest talents never before seen on American soil. He's been seen, or at least in the wrestling business, as he is a former MMA fighter turned pro wrestler. Everyone, please welcome Don Frye. Everyone loves Don Frye, Chad.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in a match with Teddy Hart.
Oh, good Lord. How in the hell did this get a 90?
Don Frye's pretty good in the ring, is what happened. And he defeats Teddy Hart in 14:33 with a Dragon Sleeper.
Lord.
What do you mean, good Lord? Teddy Hart's very good, and Don Frye's super over and pretty damn good, too.
Good Lord.
So, big match. Don Frye's like the 6th most over guy in New Japan right now.
Wow.
So, leave him. All right, he's mine. He wrestles in my company.
I have any alliance with him. I can use him whenever I want.
I can, and I'll bring over people too, Chad.
Put the global title on Don Frye.
I'll make him lose to Devon Storm. We move on. Jushin Liger and Kaiji Moto are on their way to the ring. Last week we saw Jushin Liger pull out an upset win over Edge. Can Kaiji Muto get an upset win over Christian? Or are we calling an upset wins for no reason? Because these teams seem like they're evenly matched. Let's see. But first, Alex Wright. Alex Wright says he's tired of waiting.
Justin's checking his phone in the middle of running a show.
My phone went off. It was President Biden tweeted. Oh, fuck. Alex Wright, speaking of... Hey!
My phone went
he's checking a Tinder.
My phone went off.
I didn't actively look at the notification. This is unfair. You're disrespecting Das Wonder Kid, Alex Wright. Just because you lost him and gave him to me for no reason doesn't mean you have to disrespect Alex Wright, Chad. And Alex Wright says, fuck you, Chad.
No.
I'm not only speaking about you, but Chad Collier, the Rat King. You think that belt means nothing. Remember that, Chad. Remember that. That's the only belt you're ever going to win, you piece of scum. But me, I'm going for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going for the tag team belts by myself. I'm going to get every piece of gold that means something in this business because I'm Das Wonder Kid. And then he moves on to the co-main event here. Kaiji Muto defeating Christian Cage in 14:49 with a figure 4 leg lock. Kaiji and Jushin Dynamo both getting single wins over Edge and Christian. What does this mean, Chad?
I'd have to see this would be the number 1 contenders for the tag titles.
Well, this is a big momentum swing for Dynamo, getting 2 single wins over Edge and Christian. But all of this doesn't matter because if they can't beat him in a tag match, why does this matter? And now, Kishi and Brock Lesnar are calling out the big key. She said, Kishi, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. In 2 weeks, episode 31, I'm going to kill you.
Oof.
I'm going to take that belt.
I'm going to murder you.
And no one is ever going to see you again, Kishi. My streak breaking was a fluke. You beating me was a fluke. And everybody in this arena knows when it comes one-on-one, when I'm fresh, no one can beat me. I'll see you in 2 weeks, Kishi. And then Sean Stasiak's here. And he was watching that promo, and he was just shaking his head. And then he's also had a mirror looking at his body, and he was looking at his body.
And he shook his head the other way.
Yep, he's like, no, yes. All right, main event time. Kurt Angle, Triple H, the winner to take on the winner of Kishi and Lesnar. Next, who wins, Chad?
I'm gonna go with Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. Well, once again, Triple H gets the job done. Kurt Angle can't do it. He can't become number 1 contender. Triple H wins again, defeating Kurt Angle in 22-11 with a pedigree. A 99, Chad. And that is our show. A 96. What can I say, Chad? We do it again. We had Nick Gage getting a 19 on this show. And a 24. And Don Frye. How do you feel about Don Frye showing up?
Frye, fantastic.
Need you to have a little bit more amp in you, Chad.
Woo!
We'll see you for Nitro.
All right, and we are back with Nitro. I'm running the booth now, Justin. It's me. I'm running it. But okay, yeah, we got a show. We had an 87 at last week's Nitro, Justin.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, barely. But now we're going to...
Let's see if you can know how to use T.
Run it again. Is that one right?
No.
It's that one right?
No.
It's this one right?
There you go.
There we go. Well, let's just start the show. All right, we start off, Justin, with a match to start us off. Not a promo that we're accustomed to. We have a match. We have Rob Van Dam versus Kip James, and in about that great heat and good wrestling, Rob Van Dam defeated Kip James with a split-leg moonsault.
Why would you make Kip James work through an injury?
He not only did he have an injury, but he had a broken jaw. So
the fuck you
he was wearing a mask, I'd have to assume.
Yeah, they don't click either, which made this...
So I got an 83, though. I'll take it. Good little opener.
Could have gotten better.
After the match, Mean Gene Okerlund shows up, and he says, Rob Van Dam, I have to ask, what exactly is your thoughts moving on to the triple threat match at the pay-per-view? And Rob Van Dam says, well, you know what, Mean Gene? First of all, I gotta tell you, I am so pumped. I mean, Sting's an icon. Sting, when you talk about WCW, you talk about Sting. He's one of the faces of this company, a true legend in the industry, and Shawn Michaels is, in my opinion, the best professional wrestler in the world. You take both of those men, and that alone would be a classic. But then you add the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam, one of a kind, and you're looking at the greatest match of all time, Mean Gene. Listen, I'm going to win at Fall Brawl, and I'm going to become World Heavyweight Champion. And Mean Gene looked lost out there. I'd imagine he was looking around going, oh my God, I'm booked.
First time in 4 years we've seen Mean Gene. He's been in this whole time.
So that was that segment. Justin, we are here, and we've got the tough enough people in the ring.
Contestants.
Fit Finlay with his rookie Chuck Palumbo, and Tommy Dreamer with his rookie Carly Colon. And the tough enough host Jeremy Borash is in the ring, and he announces that at Fall Brawl it's going to be a battle royal, and the winner of the no, it's going to be a scramble match. Sorry, and the person who takes the pin, no matter what brand, will be eliminated from the competition. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, Justin.
A scramble match?
A scramble match. So, Justin, that means now that, Chuck Palumbo, if he gets pinned by, I believe there's, five other guys, he loses,
Four other guys.
Yeah, 4 other guys, yeah.
So, got eliminated.
Well, 4 other guys plus, Carly. Because you got Charlie Haas, you got Benjamin, you got Sanders, yeah. So, but anyway, that is what we're talking, Fall Brawl. Yeah, big multi-man match. Yeah, got a 64, Justin.
Yeah, I did. You're learning how to do promos.
Look at me. And we've got a tag team match. FBI versus the Headbangers, Justin. In a decent match, the FBI defeated the Headbangers when Johnny Stamboli pinned Thrasher.
Damn.
Are they? Is it time? Is it time? I'll tell you what time it is. It's Hulk Hogan time, baby.
Oh, there, I take it back, because this should have got 100.
We have Hulk Hogan and Chris Benoit here, Justin. And here's the thing. They're face-to-face interview style, talking about their big match. And Hulk Hogan, he talks about how, Chris, brother, you've been gone for, you missed what, a year, 2 years, it feels like? Feels like we haven't seen you in forever, brother. And ever since you came back, you've been on quite the run. But this right here, Jack, WCW is where the Hulkster runs wild, brother. And if you're gonna try to beat me, you're gonna have to bring your absolute A game, brother. I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for that United States Championship. And Chris Benoit, he says, Hogan, if you think I'm scared of a middle-aged man running around in yellow tights, you got to be out of your damn mind. He says, Hulk, I'm happy that you challenged me, because now everybody gets to watch when I take the old, used up, beat down, broken down Hulk Hogan, and I can take him to the back of the woodshed, and I can put him out of his misery once and for all. And Hulk Hogan gets so mad, Justin. He stands up and says, "You want to do this now, brother?" And Chris Benoit, he gets up and says, "Sure, I could put you out of your misery now." But Mean Gene, the guy,
got the killer gimmick.
But Mean Gene, oh no. But Mean Gene stands up and says, "No, wait for the pay-per-view. So
Hogan becoming Brett Favre and unretiring and retiring all the time.
This got an 85, Justin. We have Taz backstage.
The fuck did this get rated on to get an 85?
I had made them all on fighting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, listen, Taz is backstage, and all of a sudden Planet Ahmed show up, and they go, "What's up, Taz?" And Taz looks around and says,
He said, "What's up, Taz?"
And Taz says, "The hell you guys all want?" And Ahmed says, "Listen, we just wanted to come over here and, and wish you, good luck in War Games at Fall Brawl. Listen, it's going to be us versus you guys, and we just wanted to give you a good luck and also a message to send to the other team." And Taz says, "Oh yeah, what's that?" And then they all start running. And Taz is fighting too, and Taz actually is holding his own for a minute, but the numbers game is just too much. The 4 of them beat down Taz.
No, R.I.P. Taz.
we've got another match, Sting versus Sid Vicious, and in a good match, Sting defeated Sid Vicious with a Scorpion Deathlock, Justin.
Not good for Sid Vicious getting booked.
And Mean Gene Okerlund comes back out.
Good Lord, Mean Gene getting his money tonight.
And he says, Sting, same question. What are your thoughts going into the pay-per-view triple threat in just 2 weeks? And Sting says, Mean Gene, I feel great here at the Amway Arena in Florida, where all my stingers.
Where is that?
In Florida.
Where in Florida?
F&M Amway Arena.
Yeah, but where in Florida is it? You don't know the town you're in?
Tampa Bay. Was that a guess? I get it? Oh, I'm so smart. I'm here. I love you being here in Tampa Bay. Man, they say that only the...
Orlando, sorry.
Oh, is Orlando? Damn. All right.
The Amway Arena.
All right. Well, they should really change this to something different. Like, they should,
you booked a show.
Why should it be called the Pineapple Arena? Just because that way there's no way you get them confused.
They're sponsored arenas.
And Sting says, Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, it's time I remind you just whose house WCW is. And in 2 weeks at Fall Brawl, you're gonna remember it when I beat you both and win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship and show why the Stinger Showtime is still just as good as he's ever been. Justin, Sting has something to prove at the pay-per-view.
Sounds like it.
And Bret Hart is backstage. He's looking for the Masked Man. He's asking people, have you seen the Masked Man? Have you seen the Masked Man?
I forgot about that.
Where is the Masked Man? I need to find him so I can beat his ass. Where's the Masked Man, Justin? Where's the Masked Man? I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Where is the Masked Man? But Justin, we are backstage. We go out to another part of the backstage arena. This is we see Debbie Malenko and Manami Toyota. And Debbie says, listen, so far, you've accomplished the goals I've set for you. You're very close to getting a shot at my championship. But again, I'm just not convinced that your pin over me wasn't a fluke. So here's the thing. All right, there's a handicap match tonight. It's Trish Stratus versus Cutie Suzuki and Beth Phoenix. All right, and I talked to Billy Kidman. I spoke with him, and he's allowed to make it a tag team match. And you are going to be the tag team partner of Trish Stratus. And you need to win. And not only do you need to win, but you need to get the pin today. That's my Debbie Malenko challenge for you, Manami Toyota. And we go to that match right now. And about that had decent wrestling, but not much heat. Manami Toyota and Trish Stratus defeated Cutie Suzuki and Beth Phoenix when Manami Toyota pinned Cutie Suzuki with an Ocean Queen Bee bomb. And Manami Toyota and Trish Stratus had excellent chemistry when teaming together.
Great.
You love that.
Chemistry for you.
Yeah, the Toyota Stratus, baby. Is that a car?
No.
That would be so great.
It sounds like a car.
The Toyota Stratus, baby.
I hate this.
But yeah, Manami Toyota and Trish Stratus getting a big win over these two, Cutie Suzuki and Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman is in the locker room. He says, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I have just gotten done with taking my friend Taz into an ambulance where he's being looked down by doctors right now. Taz has been beaten down senselessly by the vicious hands of the Planet Ahmed faction. You were out of line there, being way too extreme. And I gotta tell you something, Ahmed. Normally, I would love seeing a team so aggressive, so ruthless. In fact, I wish my team would take a note out of your book.
You can't do that, Heyman.
I wish the Paul Heyman guys had a little bit more backbone in this feud. But you know what? Maybe this is exactly what they needed. Because guess what? I just got a phone call from a man who's been away with injury. But he's coming back next week with an agenda. That's right, Planet Ahmed. Minoru Suzuki will be here next week, and he says he's got a special message for the Planet Ahmed. So I hope you guys are ready, because your planet is about to be hit with a meteor so powerful that it's going to eviscerate every single one of you. And at Fall Brawl War Games, we're going to get our payback, not just on Taz, but for everybody in the arena who has to put up with all of you and your boring antics. Planet Ahmed, you've poked the bear, and the bear is the Paul Heyman guys, and you will answer for your sins, and it starts next week. And that is not a prediction. That Amway Arena in Orlando, Florida, is a spoiler.
No spoilers.
And our main event.
Good Lord.
And our main event.
For what reason?
Our main event, Shawn Michaels versus Bubba Ray Dudley. And in about that had superb wrestling and great heat, Shawn Michaels pins Bubba Ray Dudley.
I think this do it just as good as Triple H.
With sweet chin music.
Bubba? Wow.
I booked this on Steal the Show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, these boys won.
I booked it on Steal the Show. So.
Hell yeah. I don't think that does anything other than...
They go all out.
Yeah, but it didn't give it a bonus. Or
Listen, Shawn Michaels going all out, brother.
Yeah. Damn, what a match.
But yeah, Shawn Michaels beats Bubba Ray with a sweet chin music. And then after the match, Justin.
Oh my God, masked guy's here.
After the match, the masked guy, Justin, he's running through the crowd as Bret Hart's chasing him down, right? And the masked man jumps the guardrail, and Bret Hart jumps the guardrail, and the masked man is like running, right? And Shawn Michaels is on one side, Bret's on the other. The masked man's there. The masked man dives out of the way as Bret Hart throws like a clothesline, and he clotheslines Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels does a kip up, and Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart do a stare down, and everyone's amped. They're like, "Oh my God, Bret and Shawn Michaels face to face, and they're fighting." And and Shawn pushes Bret, and Bret pushes Shawn, and they're going nose to nose. Justin, the masked man then jumps Bret, and Bret falls to the ground, and the masked man's beating Bret up, and Shawn Michaels, he's looking at the masked man like, what happens here? What am I gonna do? And the mask, and Bret Hart, or Shawn Michaels, he's going down. He's like his legs moving, like he's gonna hit a sweet chin music. As Bret Hart then picks the mask, or stands back up, and it starts beating the masked man down. He turns around and sees Shawn Michaels going for a sweet chin music, but he doesn't do it. Shawn doesn't hit the kick. He just looks at Bret, still confused. And as he turns around, he runs into Rob Van Dam jumping off of the top rope and hitting him with a hurricanrana. And now Rob Van Dam and Shawn Michaels, they're fighting. They're beating people down while Masked Man and Bret Hart are fighting on their side. The lights go off, and when they come back on, everyone's standing around confused as Sting is in the ring with a bat. And as Sting looks like he's going to get in this brawl, everyone rolls out of the ring, and Sting stands there in the ring. He's the icon, baby.
So?
The show, he's the whole effing show, the icon of the showstopper.
See how he's been booked the last couple months?
So, and that's how we end Nitro. Oh no!
You should have let me look, buddy.
How'd we lose popularity?
The fans were annoyed at the amount of promos they had to sit through.
No, I pulled
a
a you.
Pulled a me.
I pulled a you.
I asked before we started recording, do you want me to look at this?
No,
and you said no.
That's a you. I pulled a you.
That's on you.
That's all right.
That's on you.
That's okay. This show probably would have done
just as good.
Yeah.
I was expecting a 95 or 96 right there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's all good. You'll get him next week, buddy.
But that's okay, because we got a banging Thunder coming up, Justin.
All I know is you know what you're doing now, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
Maybe we can give you the reins more, Jen. We'll see if the seat's warm. I got a warm butt. We'll see you for SmackDown.
And we are here with SmackDown, Justin, a show that I was told not to look at.
Yeah, because it's my show, Chad, and I don't watch you book, and you don't watch me book. We're here, though, Chad. It's Friday Night SmackDown at the Bell Center Arena in Montreal, Quebec. We've been teasing, we've been hyping this show up. It's the show in Montreal, La Resistance, home territory. They were doing wee, chocolat bleu, Pepe Le Pew kind of shit. And now we're here in Quebec, Canada. What is this going to mean for La Resistance? Let's get into the show, Chad. Let's run the show. We start off in the pre-show, Chad.
Ooh.
We have Nick Dinsmore taking on Johnny Cashmere.
Ooh.
Johnny Cashmere debuted his badass gimmick. It got an initial rating of adequate. He's the adequate badass.
I'm the adequate badass. The adequate badass and the adequate monster.
The ABA.
The ABA. I like that.
Nick Dinsmore wins in 7:36 with a German suplex. We move on. We have JC taking on Wolfie D. And JC Ice getting the win with a flying leg drop. Members of PG-13 go one-on-one tonight, and they have a match.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Chad.
Oh, no, not just
You
incredible.
hurt my guy.
He had a groin strain.
You hurt my incredible.
And about to head subpar wrestling and as the crowd heat, just incredible. Defeated Johnny Swinger by submission.
Yeah. This was Chad's pre-show booked match, and this sucked.
Yeah.
This really was the drizzling shits, Chad.
No, I don't think it was that bad.
It was
In fact, I would say it was subpar.
Well, you hurt my guy. This match did better. Dennis Butler and Abaddon. And Abaddon was off his game.
That's because Dennis Butler is wrestling a WCW guy in Abaddon. That's why it was better.
Just Incredible was a former WCW guy.
Yeah, in fact, he was a former ECW guy that we just brought over.
No, you bought. Yeah. You didn't brought. You bought. Wake up, buddy. We're starting the show off with La Resistance.
Oh, good.
They're here. They have a humongous pop. One of the biggest pops you'll ever hear in any show, in any company, in any arena that you'll ever hear. Because these are Quebec's boys. These are the Quebecers.
Oh.
These
Are
are
they wrestling the Quebecers tonight?
no, they are not. They come out and they challenge any guys backstage to come attack them and fight them. They want a match. They want to showcase. They want to win in front of their people, Chad. And 3 guys from TNA come out.
Oh.
Paul London, Johnny Storm, and C.W.
Good
Anderson.
heavens.
And at about the decent wrestling, and not much crowd heat. Non-existent. What are you talking about? These guys were so over. La Resistance win in 9:58 when Paul London gets hit with the Dupree driver. Rene Dupree was head and shoulders above everyone else. Of course he is. He's Rene fucking Dupree. He's the French tickler. He hits the French tickler. And they all stand up in the middle of the ring as the music hit. They throw the little pinky up and they do the French tickler. And that's the end of the match right there. Everyone loves the Quebec Kings La Resistance, Chad. We move on. Road Dogg does not love the Quebec Kings.
This SmackDown's gonna stink.
That's what I was saying, Chad. We're here in Quebec, Canada. I needed a drink. My throat is dry. That's what Road Dogg. That's why he got a 37. He's pissed off. You know, he's been made of a fool as of late. You know.
I know.
He's former tag team champion, and now he's wrestling. After that match, you know, he hasn't really done anything. He's calling out anyone. And guess who comes out to challenge him, Chad?
Who?
One of the members of The Departed.
Who?
Snitsky.
Snitsky.
And Snitsky makes quick work of Road Dogg in 7:01 with the egoist Schwein. What the fuck?
Egoist Schwein.
I might fire you for that
With
move
a
alone.
big boot.
With a it's
With a big boot.
Yeah, that's Departed for big boot.
Yeah.
We move backstage, Chad. Wow, this show might suck. Everyone did great. Everyone was talking. Last week we saw a tag team match between Randy, Rick, and Clyde taking on the Guerrero Dojo, and a match which we saw Chavo Guerrero get a serious injury, tearing his rotator cuff. Randy Savage also hurting his back, putting him out of action for a month. And, you know, the Guerrero Dojo walking in the Gentleman's Club, and hey, I guess the match is off, ain't it, boys? Chavo's hurt. He's the tag team champion. He can't defend the belts anymore. And Rick's like, whoa! And Clyde's like, well, hold up. I know the scheduled match was Eddie Guerrero, or Latin Lover and Chavo Guerrero taking on Rick and Randy. But Eddie, come on. How about we just step in for our injured brothers? Hey, no, SA, I can't do that. I can't hurt my brand. I gotta get ready and get my shit together for the world. No, Eddie, don't back out of this one. All right, you're one of the greatest and most talented wrestlers in this business. All right, I'm not gonna let you walk away from this one. No. Eddie, how about this? How about if I beat you tonight? I take Randy's spot, you take Chavo's spot, and we fight for the tag team championships at Bad Blood. And he's like, oh, I don't know if you can beat me. I'm a former world heavyweight champion. You're a former WCW firee. We're different. You walked out. You couldn't hack it over there, buddy.
Yeah,
Well,
damn right he couldn't.
well, neither could you, Clyde. You got fired for taking too much steroids, and Eddie Chase just slaps. Clyde slaps him, not Chase.
Yeah.
Chase came out and slapped him.
Chase, is it a chase key? So let me cut to the chase.
This match is on now, Chad. Tonight, it's Clyde versus Eddie. If Clyde wins, we're getting Eddie and Latin Lover taking on Rick and Clyde at the pay-per-view. Backstage, Tajiri and Daniel. Oh my God, these promos are they're not doing great tonight. They're not doing great. Christopher Daniels
That'll be the last time we're in Quebec.
hyping up Tajiri, He's hyping him up because Tajiri has to go one-on-one with Trent Acid, the potential number one contender to Chris Daniels. Tajiri and Acid up next. Chad, who you got?
I got Tajiri.
Well, in a great match right here, 74. The man, at least the in-ring action's still great. Trent Acid defeats Tajiri in 1432 with a submission move. And Trent Acid getting another win here in the light heavyweight division. Is he up next, Chad?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Great insight.
Yes.
Great insight,
Yes,
Pringle.
he
Yes,
is.
because Daniels thinks the same, and he scumbags him. He Pearl Harbors him. He tacks him from behind.
Oh, God. Can you say that?
What? Say what?
I don't know.
Trent Acid getting beat down by the cool hippie Chris Daniels.
Cool hippie.
Yeah. Don't you think you would be a hippie with that picture? Like,
No.
hey, brother, make love, not more.
Come back to WCW, Christopher Daniels.
Rhino,
Former syndicate member, and you say he's a hippie.
he was a rat. Is more. Rhino defeats the Godfather up next, Chad, in a decent little match right here. Rhino.
Yeah, that he does.
I just want your insight.
It's Rhino, the up and comer, beating him with a pile driver.
Gets him with a pile driver, and then after the match, it looks like Travis Tomko, has repaid his dues because after last week when Rhino gored him, Tomko comes out and hits him with an egoish swine, otherwise known as a big boot. Tomko repaying the favor, Chad, to Rhino.
Look at that. These two big, beefy men battling it out.
It's beefing and slapping each other's meat.
Slapping meat.
We move on. Scott Steiner.
Speaking of slapping meat.
He was the only one who worked the crowd well. So because they can't understand anything anyway. Scott Steiner says, Psychosis, you think I'm going to run away? You do the promo.
Psychosis, you thought I was going to run away? You thought I was scared of you? The only thing I'm scared of, the only thing I'm running from is all of the legal fees that I'm going to get after I do so many unspeakable things. But it doesn't matter because I'll kick their asses too. Psychosis, at the pay-per-view, I'm going to do to you that I do to you every time we step in the ring, and that's kick your stupid beauty ass. And then I'm gonna go back with all my hoochie mamas and we're gonna party freak style.
Hell yeah. Scott Steiner Psychosis cage match in 2 weeks at Bad Blood.
Where my French speaking freaks at?
This show sucks. Silence and Ming. This might be worse than Nitro, and you fucked Nitro up. Silence defeats Meg in 8-16, Chad. Yeah. Silence got a 66. In what fucking world is Silence getting 66s? After the match, Silence keeps the beatdown going, and Barbarian comes out to help him. And then Kane comes out, and he chokeslams both of Meng and Barbarian. That sucks. We move on. Eddie Guerrero making his way down to the ring here, Chad. The crowd is interested again. It's Eddie and Clyde back in action. They haven't been interested since Rene Dupree left the screen earlier.
Oh, Eddie Guerrero's here now. Okay.
When a decent little match, Clyde Flanders gets the upset win over Eddie Guerrero in 1623, Chad. Clyde Flanders beating former World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Guerrero.
I bet Eddie was tickled pink to do this.
He was very happy to do it.
I'm sure he was thrilled. I'm sure he said, "Oh, you want me to lose to Clyde Flanders? Got it."
Well,
I got mad when I lost to Masawa, but I'll job to Clyde Flanders.
Clyde Flanders is pretty over in this game right now. Well, now we're getting Latin Lover and Eddie Guerrero taking on Rick and Clyde Flanders at the pay-per-view now, Chad.
Ooh.
Are you excited for that?
Oh, well, I didn't just for no reason.
The original plan was this match at the pay-per-view and Rick and Randy versus Latin Lover and Chavo. But seeing some injuries happen, especially Chavo being out for that long, is very frustrating.
Poor Chavo. Ooh. Ooh, Chavo.
He was about to get a mega push. Paul White and Stone Cold Steve Austin, the blood feud, some people are calling it, even though there's no blood. Stone Cold calls him a big fat baby. He says, You're
nothing but a big fat baby, Paul. You know what I do to babies? You know what I do with them?
I slap him.
I take them out back and I hit them with a stunner. What?
He says he's just a big, and he puts the emphasis on big, speed bump on his way to the World Heavyweight Champion. And Paul White, who's not here tonight, we're told he's at home crying. No.
You're gonna cry like a big fat piss baby, aren't you, Paul White?
Big fat piss baby. Stone Cold. A big fat piss baby.
You're gonna cry like a big fat piss baby, huh? You're gonna have to have your mom come change your diaper after you crap yourself. What? Throw up over yourself.
What?
Piss yourself.
What?
Cry over yourself. What? Eat a sandwich. What? Eat 2 sandwiches. What? Eat 3 sandwiches. What?
Let's move on to John Cena.
Yes, let's move on.
This crowd. This cooled the crowd a little bit.
They said go back to Stone Cold naming food.
Yeah, Cena dominates Sting WWF in a cool match in 5 minutes. And then Booker T comes out to attack him, but John Cena fights him off and hits him with an FU, Chad.
Yeah.
Cena, Booker T, pay-per-view, United States Championship on the line in 2 weeks. But now we move on. Rene Dupree comes back outside to the middle of the ring. He says, "Oh,
did you miss me?
Did you miss me? We gotta send the crowd home happy." Rene Dupree, I'm having another open challenge. Oh, wee.
Oh my god.
Oh, wee. Wee. And I'm told this is the main event of the night. The wee.
Oh god, Rene Dupree maining.
So he says, come on, anyone, wee, come take on the French tickler. And Stone Cold comes out. And he's
like, 5 sandwiches. What? 6 sandwiches.
Speaking of big fat piss, baby, you French fucks couldn't handle the Texas rattlesnake.
Do you parlez-vous ass kicking?
So we're getting Rene Dupree and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The finish of this match, Stone Cold hits the stunner, and then Paul White comes out in the crowd and punches Stone Cold Steve Austin while the French tickler is distracting the referee.
Stone Cold tres these
Rene Dupree defeats Stone Cold with the Dupree driver following an interference from Paul White. Rene Dupree sending the French Quebec Canadian fans home happy by defeating Stone Cold from an interference from Paul White. And that's how we end the show in 86.
Rene Dupree tres the set says, I just kicked your ass.
Dupree versus Austin. A big win for Rene Dupree here.
Got an 87. In what world?
What? In 86?
86, yeah.
What do you mean, what world?
Thank God you had Stone Cold.
What? This was a great show.
We're gonna never come back to Quebec again. What?
This is my second best match was Trent Acid and Tajiri. Well, to be fair, there was not a lot of good matches on this show. We're keeping the people off TV, and SmackDown's not looking great right now.
No, looking like the B show.
For sure, 100%. And it's always been the B show. But Cash is hurt. Jared's kind of, Rene Dupree. We'll see for Thunder. Speaking of B shows, Thunder's coming along. He wants to talk about B shows.
And we are here on Thunder. Justin, this has an opportunity because this Thunder, if done properly, might not be the best show of the week, but it could be the second best, which for Thunder's a win. It won't count in anything. It's just a moral win.
Yeah,
Thunder has something to prove tonight.
Take your moral wins, buddy, because you can't take the actual ones.
So, but let's just get to the show. Don't look.
I looked.
We start off with our opening bout. Shannon Moore versus... because Shannon Moore's taking on Goldberg, and he wants a little test, right? And so, who's a big muscle-bound brawler? Ken Shamrock. So Shannon Moore asked for Ken Shamrock, one half of the Thunder Tag Team Champions, to face him tonight.
A very recent former champion as well.
Champion versus champion. Two former world champions squaring off. True. Big opener. This has main event status, but they're opening. And an bout that had great wrestling and good heat. Shannon Moore defeats Ken Shamrock with a Moorgasm. After the match, Vader runs into the ring and with Shamrock, and they're beating down Shannon Moore, Justin. But then Owen Hart and Raven run in to break it up because they're feuding with Vader and Shamrock. So they're all fighting, and Billy Kidman comes down the ring and he says, "You know what? I see all of you in the ring, and I think to myself, wow, this has the potential to be not an opening match, but a main event. All right, you all want to fight, so I'll give you all the opportunity to fight, all right? Because the main event tonight of Thunder is going to be a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be Shannon Moore with Raven and Owen Hart taking on Ken Shamrock, Vader, and what was going to be Bill Goldberg. However, Goldberg is in Japan tonight, so I will procure a tag team partner for the Tap Out crew. Don't you worry.
Bob Sapp, he's part of the
But
Tap
don't
Out
you
crew.
worry, because there's going to be a world champion caliber replacement for Goldberg tonight.
Bob Sapp.
Maybe Bob Sapp. Who
He's part
knows?
of the crew.
And maybe Bob Sapp. Who knows? Well, he's still selling off of Samoa Joe taking him out a couple months ago. And Justin, we have here Jushin Liger versus Rey Mysterio. We have a little New Japan showcase tonight, Justin.
What do you mean New Japan?
Jushin Liger's from Japan. From New Japan. Coming over to wrestle Rey Mysterio. And about that superb wrestling great, Jushin Liger defeats Rey Mysterio with a Liger bomb, Justin.
What the fuck is this?
This is the match.
Why is Jushin Liger here?
Why not? He missed his friends over on Thunder.
Okay.
And then after the match, Rey Mysterio, Rey Mysterio and Liger, they're old friends. Like, shake hands. He gives just Jushin Liger the send-off he deserves. The fans are going nuts. And then the Sweet Sensations.
Send-off he deserves.
Yeah, shakes his hands. Everyone's cheering. Shane Helms and Chris Candido, they come out to the ring and they're like, Ray, you think we're supposed to be scared of you and AJ? AJ's not even here. He's still at home recovering after we beat him down. And you can't even beat a guy who doesn't even work here?
True.
Ray, you want to come step to us? You want to take these tag team titles? Ray, it's going to take more than just your plucky can-do attitude to beat the Sweet Sensations. All right? And Ray says, listen, don't you worry about me, and don't you worry about AJ. He'll be here for the pay-per-view. You should worry about yourselves and how you prepare to handle your lives after we take the Cruiserweight Tag Team titles from you. So, Justin, that is that segment. And we move on. A Tough Enough match. These 4 men are going to be a part of the 6-man scramble match where the one who takes the losing fall will be eliminated, Justin, from the match. And then about that subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Benjamin and Haas defeated Mike Sanders and Chris Harris when Charlie Haas submitted Chris Harris with a Haas of Pain.
Wow.
Yeah.
They actually got a win.
They did.
Was that random?
Yeah. It was random. And Justin, we've got Stardust versus Johnny Devine. And in a decent match, Stardust defeats Johnny Devine in 6:35 by pinfall with a flying lariat.
This show sucks. What do you mean? Second this week.
We go backstage, right? And Shark Boy's looking for Lodi. He's like, Lodi, where are you? Lodi. And you hear, psst, Shark Boy, I'm over here. And he's like, where? Over here. And he looks, and all he sees is it's a brick wall. And he's like, Lodi, where are you? He's like, I'm here, the wall. And he looks, and Lodi has painted his entire body in brick patterned to blend into the wall. And he says, no one can take my 24/7 championship from me if I'm blended into the wall. And Shark Boy's like, oh, Lodi, you're a genius. And Lodi's like, yeah, I'm Lodi Wall now. And they're all laughing. And Chester Huey says, hey, Shark Guy. And he turns and says, it's Shark Boy. Whatever, all right? Have you seen Lodi?
And, fucking stupid.
And Shark Boy leans against the wall and says, I have no idea where Lodi is. And Chester says, well, if you see that big, ugly idiot, then you tell him he better be ready, because when I find him, I'm going to take him out and take back my 24/7 championship. And he turns to leave, and Lodi says, oh yeah, you big stupid Balook, why don't you come over here and say that? And then Chester turns, and Shark Boy puts his hands over the wall and say, "These wall must be thin, man. I can hear people on the other side of them." It sounded like low deep. You should go check at that door around the other side of the building. And Chester's like, "Shark Guy, you're a genius," and he runs.
So Chester, who is an idiot.
Lodi and Shark Boy, they managed to squeak away without having to worry about losing the 24/7 championship. And Justin, we had a man who Samoa Joe wanted to get payback on all of Team Canada, and he starts tonight when in an extremely short match, Samoa Joe defeated Eric Young in 2:47 with a Dragon Sleeper. Dominates Eric Young.
Speaking of sleeper, Jesus. 2 minutes?
Yep.
Good Lord.
And we've got a tag team match, Justin. Now remember, Jimmy Yang is taking on Super Crazy, or Juventud at the pay-per-view. But while Juventud and Super Crazy were beating down Jimmy Yang, Great Sasuke, former WWF guy, came to break the feud up as another teaming tonight. And in a decent match, Great Sasuke and Jimmy Yang defeated Juventud and Super Crazy when Super Crazy intentionally got disqualified while fighting Great Sasuke.
Okay.
Then after the match, Juventud and Super Crazy are beating down Jimmy Yang and Sasuke. And Juventud, while beating them down with his patented ring bell, grabs a microphone and he says, I shouldn't be fighting Jimmy Yang and Sasuke. I should have been the guy who fought Jushin Liger tonight. I should be the guy who's wrestling Goldberg in the main event. I should be the guy this company, this brand is built around. But once again, I am passed up time and time and time again. And I'm going to get what's rightfully mine, the respect I deserve, when I break the ankles of Jimmy Yang and Great Sasuke. And he slams them in the ankles with the ring bell, Justin.
Yeah, I'll get you the respect you deserve being a fucking former TNA guy.
This is going to keep happening until I get my respect.
Jimmy Yang just made his debut.
Justin, we have a singles match, Jeff Hardy versus Steven Regal, and in a superb match, Steven Regal defeated Jeff Hardy in 1844 with a Regal stretch, Justin.
Okay. All right.
And now we go to our main event.
Cool for Jeff Hardy.
Shannon Moore.
Jeff Hardy getting popped.
Yeah, you got popped, so now he's jobbing to Regal.
Okay.
So Raven and Owen, they come down to the ring. Shannon Moore joins them, coming down the ring. Vader and Shamrock, the Tap Out crew, they go to the ring, and they're standing in the ring, and the lights turn off. And when they turn on, you hear, break the wall down! Chris Jericho is here, and he is the tag team partner of Vader and Shamrock tonight. And in about that superb wrestling and great heat, Raven, Owen Hart, and Shannon Moore defeated Ken Shamrock, Vader, and Jericho when Raven pinned Vader with a pile driver.
Oh my God. Get fucked, Jericho.
89.
Hey, second best.
89.
You beat a Canadian SmackDown. Whoop-de-doo.
89. Justin Jericho's back.
Yeah, and he lost like an absolute
But he
buffoon.
didn't take the pin.
He's still in a losing team. He's not good enough to be the fucking team of Shannon Moore.
He's not. Actually, it's really weird because I swear I booked Shannon Moore to take the pin and Jericho win, but I guess not.
I guess not, Shannon.
So that was weird. I visibly remember booking it.
Jericho's still an
But regardless, Jericho's back, Justin.
Yeah, he was back at SummerSlam. Let me write that down. WWF. Chad.
You're away from the mic. No one can hear you.
Get off my seat. WWF wins again. That's another one for the good guys, Chad.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you stink. So how about that?
Well,
Ow.
that's what you get. That's absolute karma, dumb fuck. We'll see you for week 4 of the go-homes.